Hello everybody. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Bryophyte, welcome in. Kaz, Dundersnuff, how you guys doing? Welcome into the stream today. I am going to be starting here in just a second. This lovely plastic and resin shavings on the old table. Okay. All right. Let's get some paint out. What's the paint I want? We want a little bit of sepia here. So, Fox, welcome in. It is morning here. Yes, it is still morning here. We have a couple of the new characters. Oh, yeah, of course, Kaz. Yeah. Thanks for coming to hang out. Great stream. Great work. Incredible artist, guys. Go follow Kaz. Check out stream. And if you want to see some really good work. We're just gonna shake up some paint here. I'm gonna put down a wash to make this gas blush. Alright. Oh man. I was working on assembling some minis last night. I guess one mini in particular. I was trying to work on the Saturnine Terminator. I 3D printed some upgrade pieces for it. So this is the upgrade. If anyone was here Sunday night, you remember I had printed pieces and they didn't fit. I contacted the creator of the files and he had updated it even though it wasn't on Cults. These ones fit a lot better. There's still gaps, like that one, it's a pretty big gap right there. However, I think this will be covered up by arms and giant shoulder pads. So I think these will work great. And what I did with the foot pose, I actually have a base here I've already painted, and he will stand right there. We got a little bit of a dynamic pose to our Thousand Suns themed Saturnine Terminator. So I'll just have to continue with the rest of these guys. I got to work on the arms, and so we'll figure out what about the arms can magnetize. If I can magnetize these arms, it's gonna be incredible. It'll be a good thing, but we'll see. So to start with this, we're gonna make a little wash, and we might go through. Let's just do the two characters. Let's do these two characters. We'll do 2 drops of our thinner here. What's up, Blue? Chunky Lad looks awesome. Yeah, I really do like Space Marines, and I play Heresy as like 30K is like my main game that I play. And I understand if someone's like just a pure artist in the hobby, like there's not much of an appeal about just big flat panels and all that, but I have not been a huge fan of the Saturnine stuff, and I would have rather have had other stuff in the launch box for the edition and the starter set. But now that I have them, it's cool. So I'll be enjoying what I can with them. That's fine by me. Okay, we're gonna get a little more ratty brush here. So I just diluted some sepia, just 1-to-1 with some flow improver. We're just gonna put a wash on this. So the work I'm doing on this, I'm not doing like any kind of display quality. We're just doing kind of a tabletop quality miniature for this commission. So I've been off and on painting this army for someone for a couple years at this point. They just send me a batch and I paint them, and I was all caught up, and then Votann got new minis, so here I am painting new Votann minis. How are you guys doing? What's everybody up to? I am feeling better. my like the back of my throat still hurts a little bit. I think it feels better overall, but still crazy. It's just like pain. Tired, yeah. Relaxing with some Hearthstone? Nice, okay. Hearthstone's like a card game, right? Card game on Steam. Isn't that like the, it's like a Blizzard game? So we were, was scared of a Pix and Whip because he felt so he was subpar. Yeah, that's funny. I was glad he put some stuff up. I'm really interested to see how he paints the that Demon Prince. I need to respond to his post, but I've wanted that Demon Prince mini just to have, and I would have made mine Tzeentch themed if I put it together. So I was actually curious about his experience with it. Wanted to hear about how that worked out for him. It's Blizzard's card game. Okay. So trying to get congestion, but doing a bit better today. Yeah, it's wild. What is this? What is this like sickness going around? Yeah, I've had a ton of like drainage and everything. That's been from like the outset, and it's more just constant like minor pain in the back of my throat. There's nothing there. It's not like it's getting worse. It's not like an infection. I don't know if it's an infection, but it's other members of my family had this and it's kind of gone. So just waiting for mine to leave. Ooh, okay. Good Patreon story. All right, good. I look forward to these Wednesday night Patreon stories that we get. It's good stuff. I don't have anything terribly exciting as far as stories that have happened between last Wednesday and this Wednesday, but I had something I wanted to tell you guys about my Saturday. Otherwise, that's about it. Back and get the cabling on this mini. After all of this wash. Yeah, so trying to hobby through the night. I have been playing a little bit. I'll play like half hour to an hour. Total War Warhammer. So I was messing around with a Vampire Counts campaign, and I've been playing an Empire. I started an Empire campaign last night. It's been a while since I've played that game. So, sounded like fun. Figured I could enjoy it a little bit. Good RTS, sounds good. Mydro, what's going on this morning? How you doing? Working on some quick washes on these guys here. Okay. We can either start on this cape or we can start doing some other stuff. I think the cape probably a good place to start, or we can do the orange here. Last interview for a possible new job. Nice. Is it a big step up, or is it just kind of you're wanting to change change of scenery. Both same title. Yep. A change, better pay. Yeah, okay, sweet. Better pay for doing the same thing. That's where it's at. Well, good luck, my draw. A little bit touch up on here. Cool. What I am going to do, we're going to be using Nova Orange here. I really like this Nova Orange color, but that's going to be kind of our highlight color we're going to work toward. Might just finish these two and then jump back over to the little truck vehicle thing. So I'm sad to report the Discord drama that we were following yesterday kind of petered out. It didn't amass to anything. So from an entertainment standpoint, that's unfortunate. Anybody doing any good hobbying today? Hobbying or just wasting time working on something? If I had a normal job from home, I hope I would be sitting here doing this exact same thing. Hobby is after dinner. Okay, okay. That's fair. What's for dinner, Kaz? Are you making dinner, or are you getting dinner, or is someone else making dinner? What do we got? I need to know. Last night's Watcher in the Dark. Yeah, it's looking really good. I was I tuned in for a little bit. I was kind of just lurking in, listening, and yeah. I mean, he's looking great. Quick little paint job, which is always nice. Making a noodle dish from HelloFresh. Okay, cool. Very cool. What's up, Star Laser? How you doing? We did HelloFresh. We got like a week. I don't know if it was really cheap or we had some kind of like crazy promo where we got it for a week and we tried it. And we're like, yeah, this is cool, but then I have family with some really weird and expansive food allergies. So it would have limited us to like 2 of the meals that they sell, and like you can't do that. That's cool though. Favorite GW minis? Yeah. The little gremlins, whatever they are. Playing Rogue Trader at night. Oh, cool. I'm so excited about the Terminators, the Hammer and Shield. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, the new Terminators look good. I don't have like a particular use for them. And honestly, like if a squad of them just like fell in my lap, they would get painted red and turned into my 30k Terminators. So because Indomitus Terminators are a thing in Heresy, so that's right where they would go. As much as I do like painting Ultramarines. And because try to save a bit of time on figure. Yeah. Oh no, I completely understand that, Kaz. Like we do our meal planning weekly, and we also do like we do meal prep for the week and stuff. So you know, it's nice throughout the week, but then like Fridays when we do our meal planning, it's always pretty miserable. And then like if weather doesn't cooperate, like if I want to grill something like yesterday and it just starts like pouring down rain and it's like a whole thing, that kind of becomes an issue. So, okay. All right. For my draw, I will take a look. I'll take a look in just a minute because I'm interested in seeing your Terminators. I have this like curse that yeah, sous vide and a griddle. Yeah, that's true. I don't own a sous vide, but I know people that have, and like people swear by it, and it looks really interesting. Yeah, picky kids. Yeah. So I have this curse that whenever I'm going to grill, it starts to rain, and I grill a lot. So when it's warm out, I try to grill something for dinner 3-4 nights a week at least. So so like I'll grill and it rains like almost every time. It just rains. So the other night, we had dinner planned. We're gonna make a meal prep. We eat it for dinner, and then we'll eat it for our like breakfast/lunch through the week. And we had it. And I was gonna grill some different meats and some pork and chicken. And I got it all marinated and like it was sitting like ready to go. And then we look at the weather radar, and it's gonna storm like right as I'm about to start to cook dinner. And I was like, you know what, like I think it's going to storm. Like let's just make one of our backup meal plans, and then we'll just keep this stuff for tomorrow, and we'll grill it tomorrow. So as soon as we decide that, it starts raining and then stops like 20 minutes before I was supposed to go out and grill dinner. But at that point, we'd already committed and had like started making the other meal. And so it was like, yeah, of course, like it's supposed to rain like the rest of the night. And it just stops because I had decided not to grill. Like that is the reason. It's because I expressly said out loud that I wasn't going to be using my grill, and it's just like, oh, okay, I guess we don't need to rain. Like that's fine. So I ended up grilling. I made that food yesterday for dinner, and it was a rainy day yesterday, but I was watching the radar really closely, and it was raining when I got off stream, and then I decided I was going to cook it early, and I waited. There was like a break in the weather, and I had like a 40-minute period with no rain. And so as soon as it stopped raining, I went outside and I grilled dinner, and it turned out didn't get rained on. Yeah, I gotta use reverse. That's what I was telling my wife that. Like, I gotta say I'm not gonna grill and just like run outside real quick. That's what I gotta do. It had rain in weeks. Yeah, we had a good dry spell, and then these past 3 days have just been downpours. What's up, Culture American? How you doing? Just deal with it and grill it. I mean, I do that more often than not. I do. I don't like doing it, but I do grill in the rain more often than not. I just didn't want to. It was supposed to be really heavy rains. It ended up being really heavy rains. It was just... I need to come down and say I'm gonna grill. Yeah, just drive down to Florida. Alright, time to grill. It just starts pouring rain, and I just leave. They call me Rain Man. Or something like that. Maybe not what I want to be called. Let's do... do that in Florida, we'll get a hurricane, yeah. It's like that clever joke. Yeah. Thought of that all on my own. I've never actually seen that movie though. Hurricane season. My parents lived in Florida for a short time, and it was a couple years, and they bought this really nice house, a nice area and everything, and their costs just like kept skyrocketing, like their insurance and everything. So they ended up selling their house, made a ton of money selling it. So I don't know how my parents time things. They just have like the best timing when it comes to making money, apparently, on this kind of stuff. Sold their house, made a bunch of money. They moved out of state, and within like 2 years, the homeowners insurance costs like tripled. To the point where they probably would have been struggling. Make ends meet, so good for them. Can you count toothpicks that just fell on the ground? No. Just laying down basic highlight of this red. Painting Doc Ock, yeah, basically. Yeah. No, this is a new Votann mini. What's this one? The Mimnir Strategist, maybe? Might be what this guy's called. Played against one a week ago. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, I got it right. Sweet. What does it do, Ravensbeard? Does it do anything fun in the game? Yeah, a very heretical tech priest. That's what they can ask for. Roll a d6 and let me know the result for. Dice Gods hated me that game? I was tabled by the end of the second turn. Wow, okay. Replaying your Space Wolves. Good. Good. That's what I like to hear, Ravensbeard. All is right in the world. Trying to figure out the... Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. The thing you do is you take your minis. Just put them in the garbage. They're Space Wolves. Where they belong. The head takers are the new, like, Blade Guard equivalent, right? Those minis do look cool. Take them, paint them red and white. Yeah. Head takers are cool. Just don't put a toilet seat on them. Do they have a toilet seat? What? You got some extra Space Wolf hate, yeah. I'm just, celebrating is all. A lot of hate for Space Wolves. What's up, Slim Richmond? That's what we got here in this channel. Hey, Sir Starling Fish, welcome in. Yeah, my speciality is eating on Space Wolves. Morning, Misfit. Welcome in. Richly deserved. Nice. I love it. Slim Rich, you're gonna get along just fine in here. So, I showed it off earlier, but I was able to continue on with the assembly of the Saturnine Terminators. I just worked on one last night to get an idea for it, but it's I 3D printed the updated pieces that I got, and they worked pretty well. There's still some hiccups, and I need to message the guy just to let him know, like, if he does a future update, what could change. But yeah, it looks good. The one mini I have going, I have to figure out weapons. I need to figure out if the weapons magnetize, and if they do, I'll be really happy. If they don't, that'll be okay. Really hoping they do. Then I can do some cool stuff like make a command squad and everything and give them variable weapons. Be very nice. Got your order from Monument as well. Oh, cool. Very cool. So you're like ready to go. That's good to hear. I'll show you guys this before I gotta look at Mydraw's mini. Mydraw, you sent me a picture of a mini. Let's go take a look. Didn't forget, I promise. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, that shield's really cool. Like the 3 wings on it. That's a cool design. That head is very Luke Skywalker and or Blood Angels. Really found this stream. Pink quality looks great. I think I'll stay here for a while. Future Snow, thank you so much and welcome in. We're just chilling. I stream on YouTube and Twitch, so I might be talking to ghosts. Just realize that they may or may not be real people, but they are probably on the other streaming service. Just to show you guys, this is the upgrade piece I printed, and you can see there's this gap right here. That's still a bit of an issue on either side. That gap's a little bigger on that side. I did have to trim a few things down. Once I trimmed it down, it fit a lot better. But I glued his feet on, which each of these feet are 2 pieces, and they glue in like a ball joint. Like everything here is just ball joints. So you pose it how you want. But he is going to stand right here on his base. Oh, people on Twitch are saying hi to the YouTube peeps. We got a lot of people on YouTube. What's 10 people on YouTube, which is cool. Yeah, both works, Future Snow. Happy with either one. So I am happy with how this mini's look. It looks very Thousand Suns, and I have some fun shoulder pads for him too when I continue getting these guys assembled. I need to work on a couple more. I think I only have 2 or 3 of these painted up, so I need to get the rest of those. Future Snow, there you're on Twitch. What's going on? Yeah, welcome in, guys. Welcome, everybody. I'm the Painting Dad. If you're not familiar with me, I just chill and paint minis. That's all I do. Basically every day. Currently, I'm streaming 6 days a week. So I stream Sunday nights, and then I stream, for me, it's late morning, early afternoon, Monday through Friday. And yeah, right now I'm working on some Leagues of Votann. So this is Warhammer 40k. And this is a commission, and we're painting these to like a tabletop standard, basically. A nice tabletop standard. And these are characters, so we're putting some extra time in the highlights and everything on them. But that's what we're doing. I got a couple of these characters. I got the new named guy I haven't touched yet. He's just base coated. And the new vehicle, the Capricus.
First of all, let me take just
Capricus, I don't know what you call it.
For allowing me back into your home.
Thanks for the follow, Future Snow. I appreciate it. I really do. If anybody wants to subscribe on YouTube or like the stream or something, it helps me out. But it's alright if you don't want to. I get it. I am like a supreme lurker when it comes to watching streams. So, it's controversial. I hate the Saturnine things. That's totally fine. Yeah, I know. I think a lot of people do. I was not a fan of them. For, still, I don't know, maybe coming around on me. I don't know. But, yeah, overall, I might use them in one game after I paint them, and that might be it. So, I do not think you're alone in that. I don't think you're necessarily wrong in not liking it either. Like, we're all allowed to like different things. They seem very, like, out there for Heresy. And I would have loved to see a different kind of, unit getting updated to plastic from resin. But that's okay. D&D guy, 3D printing and designing miniatures. This is very nice. Oh, cool. Yeah. I 3D print mainly as like a function to get extra pieces for gaming and everything. But I play a lot of Warhammer games. Tabletop war games are definitely like my jam. So when I'm not painting commissions, I'm usually painting minis for a tabletop game that I'm playing at the time. And lately my kick has been the Horus Heresy, so 30k. So I've painted a lot for my my Heresy collection, which is Thousand Suns. So lots of red. No mention of them in the Heresy books. Yeah, they're kind of like an old lore thing. No, you're definitely not the only one who doesn't like Saturnine. I think when you go from like the second edition Age of Darkness starter, that's just the most controversial thing was Mark 6 being the armor in there. But I think Mark 6 was a great decision by GW because it's the easiest to paint armor mark. But I think going from how generic that set was and just intro friendly into the game, and buy one for each legion when you start and like you're good to go.
First of all, let me
it's just a great set. You go from that to like something as niche as far as use and interest as Saturnine things. I think it definitely hurts like to get people into the game. For a tough day, it's good. Yeah. Painting minis in general is super relaxing, and I'm fortunate I do this for like a living, so I get to have fun that way. Hey, someone subscribed on YouTube. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. Nightbot will come through and it'll tell me eventually if it's not like broken. So Nightbot on YouTube's really slow. Saturnine doesn't fit most Legion aesthetic. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah. And they put the new journal coming out. The new journal, the Journal Tactica, has lore blurbs on every Legion and how they used Saturnine Terminator armor. So it's pretty interesting. I read through the lore blurbs and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. They separate it out and everything and make it into something that makes sense. Clear brushes. Going through my sets each month. Future Snow, do you clean your brushes? That's my question to you, because you gotta clean your brush. Oh, hey, thanks for the sub, Future Snow. I appreciate it. Come on, paint. Come on out. This bottle's about empty. So we're working on fumes with this one. Okay, there we go. Oh, Misfit gifted the sub. Nice. Okay, sorry. My restream is dumb. I got it. Thanks, Misfit, for the gifted sub, and Future Snow. Welcome in. I will pull up my way to actually see this thing. My Twitch page. Acting like a scrub. There we go. Alright. How are you cleaning them? So I use this stuff. I'll show you. There's a couple different brush soaps, but I use this stuff. It's called Gentastic's Drunken Brush Goop. It's by Monument Hobbies. So if you go to monumenthobbies.com, I actually have a link. If you type in !PA, you'll bring up, it's the Pro Acryl brand of paint. It's this brand of paint I really like. I am an affiliate with them. However, I've been shilling their products way longer than they've noticed me at all. But this stuff, it's like a hard soap. Let me show you. And when you get it wet, you work your brush into it, and it cleans the dried paint out of your brush, and it conditions the brush. So there's kind of a process on how you clean, and there should be instructions. I don't know if there's instructions on their website, but you can also look up on YouTube how to use a brush soap, and it'll clean all that dried paint that gets stuck up in the ferrule. That gets cleaned out, and it turns your brushes new. Yeah. I recommend it. Now, the brushes you have matter. So this is made for sable brushes, so like real hair brushes, not for synthetic brushes. If you have synthetic brushes, those will work to an extent, but they won't work that well. It's like, you can shampoo and condition your hair. That's like real hair. But when it comes to like a cheap brush, like there's only so much you can do before things like fray and turn bad. So that's where it becomes worth it to spend $12 and $15 on a brush, is when you're able to clean them for years on end and they last you. What's up, John Lockridge? How you doing? Yeah. Murphy's oil soap and a scrub daddy. Okay, well, there you go. I have not heard that technique, or I've not heard of Murphy's oil soap, but interesting. Yeah, there's also one called the Masters brush cleaner. That's kind of like the big art brand of brush cleaner. And the thing about the Masters, there's a fun story about the Masters and then this Gentastic's Drunken Brush Goop. The company that makes the Drunken Brush Goop, Monument Hobbies, they were wanting to make a brush cleaner, and they actually contacted the Masters and said, hey, can you guys help us make a brand of brush soap that we can sell with your name or a brand, and we can advertise it, and partner for like miniature painting brushes, like small brushes and everything. Can you do that? And the Masters basically responded, and they said, we don't do that kind of stuff. And then they just like blew them off. So that's when Monument decided to make their own that was made for the brushes that we use, the small bristles and the not as heavily pigmented paints and everything. So yeah, that's where the Gentastic's Drunken Brush Goop came from. And I'm pretty sure Jen is one of the owners of the company. She makes it like in a blender, like in their office break room or something. Like it's crazy, like small batches of that stuff. Dollar General, $2 to $5 for a large container. Okay, completely comfortable with a bend. And oh yeah, Slim Richard, absolutely. You get attached to your brushes, and you get used to their little intricacies and the differences in them, and yeah, and you don't want to get rid of that brush. Yeah, it happens all the time. It takes me a very long time to actually throw out a brush, though. Seriously? Winsor Newton brush cleaner. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, Winsor Newton followed up by the Masters for brush conditioner. Yeah. Nice. Having a dog at our house next couple weeks. Oh, cool. That's fun. Hopefully not too stressful. The area is very dry. A lot of the time they just get destroyed by the heat and humidity. A lot of time they're just sitting in my room. Makes them go bad. Oh, it's too bad. Yeah, I think getting some natural hair brushes, you'll probably have somewhat better results. Like, you know, cheap brushes are cheap brushes, and you can get what you pay for, and it's fine to use cheap brushes if that's, you know, if you're comfortable with it. But I think what happens with all of our tools when we have a hobby or, you know, job or something is we eventually become limited by the tools as our skills improve. And I think a big part of learning anything is recognizing when it's your tools that are the limiting factor, the bottleneck in your growth, or if it's just like something you need to work through. So, you know, if you're still fine buying brushes and, you know, replace them every couple months when you paint, like that's fine too, if that's what you want to do. There's a million different ways to keep this hobby and to do this hobby, so I never want to be one that says my way's the best way. Or be like Limp Bizkit and say my way or the highway. Was that Limp Bizkit? My way's always Pretty sure that was Limp Bizkit. Paint houses for a job? It's the same with that. Yeah. Artist Opus you can't call. Yeah, I wouldn't throw away Artist Opus brushes. Those brushes are so expensive. Keep rolling. That's right. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Cheap brushes make life a bit more difficult. Yeah, I agree, and you know I would advocate, you know, buying good brushes and taking care of them, but sometimes that's just beyond the capacity for people to do. Like whether it's a financial limitation or you know, like motivation. Some people just forget to clean their brushes, so like that's like, you know, if you're going to be someone that forgets to clean your brushes every day, then maybe you shouldn't be spending a bunch of money on nice brushes for them to go bad. So, yeah. The Limp Bizkit said they were doing it for the nookie. They did. Yep, they did say that. Yep. You paint darn well on like a good stream. Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, the Foxbite brushes are nice. Mine are finally starting to wear them down. I can't really use them for like detail work anymore, but I've had those brushes for 2 years or so. Pretty solid showing for brushes, honestly. And I paint every day, so you know, I use my brushes a lot more than an average person, I feel like. Yeah, when you win them on stream. Yeah, when you get them free on stream, I mean, it's gonna be nice, right? Okay. Get some light umber. We're gonna mix that into here. Yeah, the Foxbites had the qualities I liked in Winsor & Newton brushes. which is why I used them so much. I think I enjoyed them because a lot of the time they had like really, really like large belly and the actual bristles, and they came to a nice point, but like those are like qualities I like in a brush, so other people seem to win them all the time. Yeah, yeah. You have to be a Patreon member, Culture American, that's why. Oh, we can complete it. Okay. Hey, Butterscorch, what's going on? Oh, I see. A Thalax arrived. Alright, building your Thalax. Nice. Very nice. Hey, it's the little Watcher in his adorable little robe. With that little guy. Nice, dude. He's got keys like he's important. It's great. You thought brush is expensive brush. So yeah, it doesn't solve a skill problem, right? But I get, oh dang, who is that? Who is that posted? I can't see names on Discord right now because I'm in streamer mode. But who posted the Ultramarine? And finished. That's the Mark II Centurion. Yeah, that's a really good conversion. He's got the axe, and the plasma pistol is really cool. I love how much you can do with that mini though. Furion did. Okay, sweet Furion. If you're Furion, if you're there, if you're chilling here, very nice work. Did I upload my work and get some critic on your Discord? Yeah. If you post it, whether it's work in progress or finished project, post it and just ask me what you're looking for. I'm not one to criticize people's work. I'm just happy people are posting stuff. But if you're looking for some feedback, some constructive feedback, I can try. You're Ryan. Or is it like F-U Ryan? Like this guy really doesn't like Ryan. Yeah, we have people of all experience levels who are posting pictures. Don't be intimidated. We got some really incredible artists in that Discord, but also, a lot of people who are just, painting their first minis, or maybe it's not their first minis, but they just don't do it often, and yeah, just all kinds of different people showing off what they do. Yeah, just started painting the last 6 months. Nice. Been painting minis for 23 years at this point. Sometimes off and on, but always something on the desk or table to paint, basically. Don't be a stranger, don't be intimidated, don't think you're subpar. Yep, good words of advice from Dundersnuff. Like me, who decided his first army is going to be 1,000 Suns. That's true, yeah.
Back into your home.
Blue Popsicle, thank you for following. Welcome in. Hope you're doing great. How are you doing today? Necron Thalax constructed, working on the corn one now. That's awesome, Butterscorch. Share progress, please, if you care to. Thalax are awesome looking. Yeah, and sometimes what we need to grow is just motivation to keep going. And I think that sharing your work in a place where people are going to be encouraging, I think that's probably the the easiest way to get motivation, is just people seeing the work that you do and just being excited for you. I know that's how it works with me. Like, that's my motivation to like actually get things done and paint and everything. So you don't have to be looking for criticism or feedback on every mini you post. If you just want to post a mini and just show it, just do that. Put your stuff anywhere. I know. I post my stuff when I finish things in my Discord. It's over there. I also tell you guys that I'm lazy and also a big introvert, so I did. I used to post on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. I would post every day, and I ran out my backlog of like pictures to post, and like I hate social media. I'm just gonna tell you guys, I despise like social media. Discord is about as far as I go with social media anymore. I mean, I don't know if streaming counts as social media, but like I get on there and I try to be active, and then it's just like the will to do it just burns out of me. Right? Yeah, yeah. I also feel like nobody's. I don't know. I feel like people don't like see my stuff on social media anyway, so which I know now you guys are all going to look, but it's not like it's something that I'm getting like quote unquote engagement on. Love the new Votann models. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah. Kind of weirdly specific characters going on. They're pretty neat, unique minis. Social media show 3D printed stuff. Trying to be as far as possible from the chaos. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I had a personal Facebook and I deleted it a couple weeks ago. I had a Facebook account since like 2008. When it was like college students only. And then you had to like have a college ID or whatever to actually get on to have an account and everything. And man, what a cesspool of horribleness. You're making pustules for the Nurgle, Thalax. Very nice. All right. Pustules it is. Back when Tom was everyone's friend. I believe that was MySpace. And yes, I did have a MySpace account. And Tom was my friend. I'm kind of glad MySpace account information's all gone, because I'm pretty sure my MySpace is probably pretty cringe. So it's for the best. Yeah, MySpace was Tom. Jeez, look at this young kid here, cultured American, not knowing the difference between MySpace and Facebook. Tom was my only friend on MySpace. Oh no. So the social media, the first social media I used, I don't know if like AIM counts as social media, just a chat room. I would chat with my friends. But before like texting was a thing. The first social media what I feel like was social media that I would use and all my friends used was called Zynga. Does anybody remember Zynga? Purple dragon with green and yellow undertones? Never thought I'd be painting deep purple would be that hard. Really? I love painting purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors. MySpace is older than you? Yeah. So I had the AIM message receive sounds or text alert the other day at the store. I about died of old age. Yeah. Yeah, Zynga. So me and my friends had Zynga accounts, and Zynga was it was social media where you had your page and you decorate the background. You could play a song while people were on your page, and basically you just wrote blog posts. And I remember when I met my wife, we were teenagers, we both had Zynga pages, and I would read her like blogs she would post like every other night or something on Zynga. Does Zynga do mobile games now? I don't, or does GeoCities do mobile games? What are you asking about? Yeah, that's adorable. I am also glad that that information is all deleted and will never come back on the internet, and no one can ever find it again. Because, man, I don't want to read about 16-year-old me talking about how hard life is. This sounds like I would die of embarrassment. All right. Well, there we got some orange. Zynga. It's Xanga. That's how the social media was. So maybe a different company. Did you build the Nurgle with Alex plasma gun or photon thruster? I think plasma gun's cool. To write stuff in journals and kept them. Okay. Never be nervous to post about advice. Yeah, that's what we're here for. Yep. Definitely blue. Yeah. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do. Get some of these cables. I like that blue. Let's do some yellow cables. How about that? Is it okay to paint plasma as a Volk? That's probably fine. Gotta go. Alright, Rage, enjoy your work thing. Worried about posting? He's like, I'm so intimidated. I know it's silly. Yeah. Yeah, and that's, I understand. At the end of the day, I think we're all our own, like, worst critic. Because when you spend, hours assembling and painting a mini, like, you're going to see all the details and all the mistakes you make. A lot more than someone looking at a picture on the internet. So. Plasma gun that fires superheated vomit. There you go. Okay. White base, black ink wash, Shaiish purple. Color multiple pinks and white barred from brow combos for the highlights. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, there's your dragon. No, I love it. It's a cool dragon mini. That's a print? Future Snow? Let's see, do yellow and yellow. Other cables on this guy? I don't think so. Let's see what kind of cables we got on this. This one right here. Is 14 centimeters. Okay. Worried under snuff. I type like a toddler, so. Eventually gonna do a little bit with the screen there. Back with that. Okay, we'll probably just do that black. Do that black. Alright. Let's go with our yellow. Using yellow ochre here. So Frankie Fingers and Hands on Beef. Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. There's two rear cables on there. That's what we'll get. Time. Neck deep in Retributor, and I hate it. What are you painting? Painting like Custodes or something? Or Sigmarines? Oh, Thousand Suns. Okay, okay, that's right. Sorry if I didn't remember. A lot of people painting a lot of different armies right now. Very cool. Red and gold. Alright, I can dig it. Oh, it's a commission. Okay. Well, I hope you're making decent money on that, because 1,000 Suns are a lot of work. Just a lot of unavoidable work. You do a Helldiver army? Oh, that's cool. Alright. So what's gonna do? Let's get some black. Oh, Mac, cool. I haven't played Helldivers. I'm not super familiar with it besides like the memes. thing I need to do since we're still working through some of these here. Some light bronze, which was hobbing. Doing an ABS module on someone's car. No. Well, that's too bad. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, little highlight on the blue. Don't buy Kias and Hyundais. Yeah. I have my Honda Civic and I am perfectly happy with it. I was happy with the Honda Civic I had before it, but someone decided to hit me head on and total it. So I had to get another one. How are Monument's acrylics compared to Citadel? I don't think there's much of a comparison. Monument acrylics are so much better. They're cheaper, you get more paint in the bottle, and they're just flat out higher quality. They're really thin, they flow really well. You don't have to thin them. But their pigment count is way higher. The colors are more vibrant. There's a lot more like one coat cover colors. What they actually like run sales. They come out with good colors. They're constantly expanding their color range. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, this is Pro Acryl. Yeah, the paint I'm using is Pro Acryl right now. It's I about 95% of the paints I use are Pro Acryl. Let's get pale yellow. Coworker informed me that someone broke our snack vending machine. Where it goes across tops, hanging on one side. There's 2 bags of chips stuck. Yeah, well, that's too bad. What stinks about that Dunder Snuff is like, normally those vending machines are owned by like just people that own vending. You know, like it's someone's like business. It's not like a big company that owns those, and like they have to, you know, it's out of their pocket to repair it. I considered for some time getting vending machines and making that a business. Buy some more, but I need to wait a little. Yeah, I get it. Future Snow. I will say their website. So, you know, like I do have that link, and part of that link is a 5% discount, like coupon, which is cool, and you can use that as many times you like. Also on their website, if you buy any 8 paints, you get a 10% discount on top of all the others. It's like you're buying an expansion set of 8 paints, but you get to like a la carte the paints that you want. So if there are specific colors that interest you, you can just pick those 8 colors. You don't have to worry about like a big set or anything. I do have a code. Yeah. If you type it, it's the exclamation point PA. I think the code just TPD, the coupon code. But if you follow that link, it'll track you. It'll give you that nice little cookie that says you're visiting from my stream. And I get a tiny commission on it. This is not something I'm making a living on. All right. This is an excuse for me to give you guys the coupon. But I get like... I get a couple dollars if you make a big purchase. That's basically what it is. So I'm not paying bills selling or hawking Pro Acryl's products to you guys. Yeah, what I do get is a cool little email that says that someone ordered something. And it's like, hey, someone ordered a bunch of stuff. Here's your $5. And I'm like, cool, that's nice. I'm glad people are ordering Pro Acryl. Okay. On next. Black. there other things I'm painting black here? I want to do some silver as well, but we'll get the black first. Yep, it's a proud dad moment. People getting their pro acryl. Because, you know, we get into this hobby, especially if you get in with Warhammer, like, Citadel is the thing everybody starts with. Because it's right there, it's their branded paint, they tell you how to use their branded paint to paint the things, and that's just what it is. And from my experience being in this hobby and knowing hundreds, if not thousands of people in this hobby over the years, is that most people, when they start with Games Workshop, they never move on from Games Workshop. They never try anything else. They never try any other games. They never buy minis from any other lines. It's just they buy the minis from Games Workshop. They buy the paints from Games Workshop, and they, you know, paint their minis, and that's how they go about it, which is totally fine. But when it happens, when you get someone to try something different, a good product that's slightly different, a better paint bottle, you know, even if it's from like Army Paint or something, but you get someone to try that Monument paint, they're like, they're completely sold on it. Because all those little flaws with Citadel, the thick paint, the bad pigment counts, the weird bottles, the expensive price, like all of those things are solved by Pro Acryl. It's just they don't do one-to-one paints with Citadel. Like that's the biggest downfall of like any of these paint companies, is that they don't have the one-to-one comparison with colors. Yeah, and Citadel paint isn't bad. No, if I had never discovered other paint lines and I was painting minis with just Citadel, I'd probably be fine. I had my routine down. I knew how to paint minis. I knew to thin my paints when I put them in the wet palette, and that's how I existed until, you know, like someone suggested. I'd used like Vallejo and stuff before too, but when I saw people talking about Pro Acryl, I decided to try them out. I ordered the base set. I tried the base set, and like 2 days later, I got rid of my Citadel and I bought the rest of the paints they had. So, good way for single mini gumballs or Coke machine drop into Warhammer Battle Tech Infinity Gundam. Oh, like make little like little toys, little vending machine toys. Yeah, Citadel's super expensive, and the pots are bad. Yeah. Too thin coats is nice. I have some too thin coats paints, and they're fine. My biggest issue with too thin coats, and a reason I will not buy a lot of them, I have I think 4 or 5 colors from them. The reason I'm not going to buy a lot of them is because their bottle design I think is worse than Games Workshop. They have worse bottles. Shipping to my region is twice the price it's considered. Yeah, that's too bad, Future Snow. Yeah, Monument has if you live in the UK or the EU, I think if you go through either Wayland Games or Element Games, I think they sell Pro Acryl paints. So you can probably go through them. I don't know about everywhere else in the world though. I'm not sure. Oh, any shout out for Blue. Blue, shout yourself out. Put a link to your stream, man. You gotta do it. You refuse to shout yourself out. People are asking, man. They want to know. They want you, Blue. That's what they're here for. Oh my gosh. Where's Zen when you need him? Always sorting family drama. Okay. Alright. Guess I'll do it myself. He streams Monday nights and Friday nights. Thunder Snuff. Does it work this way? Hold on. Oh man, I haven't done this in so long. Does that work? There we go. There we go. Aha! I remember the command. Made plans to buy new assault terminators. Can bash them with 10 regular termies, get both claws and hammers. Yep. Yep. Peter, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Hey, you know what, though? If that's something to get you back into it. Back in the day, my Space Marine Army, what I did, I bought, it was the 5th edition starter set that Twitch really doesn't like when you say it out loud. But I bought that, and it came with 5 Terminator minis. And they were just basic Terminator. They were monopose, but they weren't monopose, but they were like push fit minis. And yeah, they were just like the torsos and legs and heads together, and then you had like the arms you would put on them. And people were selling those on eBay for like $5 for the 5 of them. So I had the starter set, and then I bought 5 more. And I bought a set of 5 Assault Terminators or 5 regular Terminators. How did I do this? Anyway, I bought 5 other Terminators, and I would just swap the arms on them. So I had like Assault Terminators with all the arms on them, and it was super, super cheap. Yeah, don't get people started on the Pale Sand thing. It's not healthy. Yeah, that's the way to go. You'll save money. Yeah, you get the starter set Terminators and just swap them out, swap the pieces out. Okay, what I need to do.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Sporadic Sanity, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing today? What are you into? What kind of hobby stuff? Tell me all the things. A bit of wash on this light bronze here. Yeah, in Future Snow, just so you know, I am always a fan of people being responsible with their finances, even if it means getting less miniature or hobby-related things at a given time. So I'll let you know I'm proud of you for smartly budgeting your money. Painting Iron Warriors, nice. Heresy Iron Warriors or 40k Iron Warriors? I think after 35 years, I grew out of the hobby. Cool squats, by the way. Red and white. Yeah. This is a commission job, and I have painted a lot of Votann for this gentleman, but yeah, just continuing on with the new minis. I got stuff to paint after these 2 characters, so we'll just keep going with these. We start with the money. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the real proud dad moment, is seeing people be financially responsible, even when it hurts. Oh, heresy. All right, honored brother, welcome. I'm a Thousand Suns player. I have show a good one here. Thousand Suns. I have about 10,000 points of painted Thousand Suns. So just finished these guys last night. Did a couple of test models, 2 or 3 hazard stripes per mini, and now I need to do it on all of them. No, you don't need to do it on all of them to be consistent. Each dude's got their own preference of how they want, you know, how they kind of paint their armor or have their armor painted and everything. I think most Iron Warriors infantry, if they were mine personally, I don't have an Iron Warriors army, but if I were painting Iron Warriors, the basic tacticals and infantry and stuff would not get hazard stripes. It'd be the sergeants, and then like the veterans and like the special units would get them in the vehicles. A lot of commissions for 3D printing, so to buy lots of resin. Yeah, yep. No, that's I understand. And 900,000 pieces of masking. Oh, masking tape that's brutal. Yeah. Yeah, the peel on that's satisfying though. It is it's clear red paint. So I have a whole process. If you type !red, it's my specific process for painting red. So it is a multi-day process to just base coat these minis. Cute commission I did for someone. We'll upload as well. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. What point do I start calling the 10,000 Suns? I don't know. When I get 10,000 of them is probably the appropriate time. All right, we're gonna do something. We're gonna try to be real careful. We're gonna get some bold titanium white. There's these little oh no. Okay, well we'll need bronze to correct it. That little potato. We'll just paint over all that stuff. 3 Land Raiders for my Deathwing, which I bought when GW showed the Crusaders for the first time. Terminators are my things in second. Yeah, the cherry red's nice. Thank you, I appreciate it. Again, if you want to know specifically how I paint the red and what colors I do, !red, and that'll get you the guide. I think that's for YouTube and Twitch. If it's in YouTube and it's not right, I'll update it. But I mean, they're base coated. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I remember when the Crusader came out. Big deal. Here. Sailor Scouts are coming out for the first time in a game. Nice. That's so great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Sailor Moon Scouts. Being led by the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. Basically, they're one watch away from being done. Pretty much, yeah. Some basic, really basic highlights. Hey, Phaedros, how you doing? Good morning. Mr. Backpack, he just covered in orange. This guy's covered in red. Different colors going. Need to get the screens, that's fine. Built a couple more skeletons. That's awesome. I'm loving it. I am loving seeing the undead being built. I was playing a Total War Warhammer campaign as the undead, with Heinrich as my legendary lord. He's my favorite because he's got like, he just like focuses on like summoning the dead and everything, and like the magic and like the necromancy. So I'm a big fan of that. But using him as my lord, and I conquered all of Bretonia. And I meet up with Clan Scryer, the Skaven, led by Ikit Claw. And the dude's like, hey, let's sign a non-aggression pact. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll use this while I get ready for war with them, because they're Skaven. So I signed the non-aggression pact. And the very next turn, at the end of my turn from there, he nuked my capital city. Just leveled the whole thing. Like, what happened to the... What? And, like, I never caught the, like, I never discovered it or whatever. Yeah, super Skaven. So I was just, like, stuck in this, like, horrible war. Their armies were way better than mine, because I get greedy. I try to, like, full eco early in the game. I do play vampire counts. Yeah, I play vampire counts, in fantasy. But I use the Soulblight minis for my Vampire Counts army. I'll show you guys. Hold on. Let me grab them. These are my Soulblight, or my Vampire Count skeletons. And fun thing here, oh look at that, it's Crucial Blue. I painted these in a 12-hour stream. And we did a thing called the Painting Horde, where if you donate, there's Aslan grants. I got Raja's sitting right back here. Who else? So Baryon Loki, that Fulton, Primarch 13. We got Miyadi 258, some names I haven't heard in a while. Bob, this person's just Bob. So, Spilled Paint Pot. What I let people do is if they donated a couple dollars, they got their name on the Painting Horde. So whenever I play games, or Smoking Hot Ginger right there, whenever I play games, I have the Painting Horde, and they show up in my games, and they're just, I never put verdigris on their shields. Was something I never got around to on them, did I? No, I didn't. Yeah, because the shields are supposed to look a little more like this. But I guess if... I was thinking about doing something like... I think there's do like a Patreon thing. All the Patreons get minis, and you can pick what army you want your mini to be, and I'll put a name on the base rim for you. But yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. Would you guys do that? You guys give 100 bits to be a skeleton, or just a 1,000 Suns tactical marine? I have enough now where I can write names on bases, and you can just be, you know, Marine Brother Future Snow or whatever. Okay. Should take my money. Well, how about this? Let me do this here. Let me get a pencil. Okay. I got a pencil. If you're a Patreon member, I'll say, how do we do this? Let's see. Patreon members $5 and above, or we'll say $5 pay. I don't spend $10 on my Patreon. $5, you get to be a sergeant level mini. Okay. $5 sergeant level mini for either a unit leader or 1,000 Suns sergeant. We'll do Tomb King, or not Tomb Kings. Vampire counts are 1,000 Suns. We can do it with 1,000 Suns. If you're a dollar level Patreon member, you can be pick a name on a mini, or if you just want to give 100 bits. If you give 100 bits or donate $1, which I think is just to my PayPal as a $1 donation or something, I'll write your name down. I have a piece of paper here, and I'll put your name on a mini. And we'll start with the Tactical Marines. I have quite a few Tactical Marines, so. But Patreon peeps get it. They just get it. So. I want to paint a rock. What's Primarch level? Buy a Fellblade for me. I'll put your name on Magnus's base. If it's 500 bits... 500 bits, I'll put your name on a Terminator. And I'll say the Patreon members can choose something. Whether it's a veteran level mini or a sergeant level mini or something like that. Or if you want to be like a jet bike dude or something. Can I pay for bits for someone else? Sure, yeah. Subs? I don't have anything for subs. So here's my thing about subs, Phaedros. Is Twitch subs are very expensive anymore. Aren't they like $7 now if you sub? Or is that just like Apple? I don't know. Like they're really expensive, and you know, like I get very little out of it, but then like I feel like you guys have to spend. So I don't push subs on people. I don't push people to sub. I appreciate what you guys do. I'm never gonna turn down someone who wants to sub, but I understand not wanting to watch the however many minutes of ads and everything. Yeah, you get yours with the Prime account. Yeah, which is nice. It's nice. But yeah, and the way Twitch subs pay out is really inconsistent also, which I hate to like complain about, but sometimes I will get, you know, like if a sub was $5, it used to be like I would get Future Snow. All right, let me write you down. I would get $2.50 out of a $5 sub. Like you get half of it, which is fine. Like it's how it works. But Twitch, it depends on the region the person is from, where Twitch will pay less than $2.50 because of, I don't know, currency differences or something. So sometimes people will subscribe and I'll get like 85 cents out of it. Whoa, hey, people cheering. Future Snow. Hold on, let me write these down. Future Snow. Okay, and you want Future Snow on a, hold on, Snow the Future. Okay. Let me write it down. What's up, Killicam? How you doing, man? All right, Grumpy Insights. What's all this for? What do you want to be on here? You. I'll write this down so I have an idea. Pick 2 other people at random. You want your name on a termie? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. Let's see. The first 2 people to tell me something they hate about Space Wolves. Go. And you guys get your name on a Terminator. This we go. Just for Killicam. Okay. What I'm gonna do? We're gonna get Magnus Bros. What do you hate about Space Wolves? What do you hate about Space Wolves? I don't want to know who hates Space Wolves. Remember Prospero? Yeah. You know what? Okay. Okay. Space Wolves smell and they need a haircut. Hold on. Let me get people here. I'll take Remember Prospero. Phaedros. You got on there. They get away with their stupid shenanigans. I go for that. Yeah. Man, Culture, that's a good one too. The power comes from fantasy. Dundersnuff, thank you very much. Are you wanting to donate these? No, I'm always trolling Killicam. You have a right to be upset at my shenanigans. So I'll write down a couple more names here. It's for Caboose. Okay. Okay. His name will go. You want him on a Terminator? Can't make it. That's okay. That's all right. Let me write down some names. Okay, my Terminators are gonna. I have 20 Terminators, guys. They're gonna get. It's gonna fill up quick. 5 people on Terminators already. Terminator should be good. Sounds good. Sounds good. I don't think I'll look like. I'll start with the my Sekhmet Terminators, which are my cool bodyguard Terminators. Actually, when you think about wolves are like hippie Marines, they badly need a shower, need a haircut, and they dislike authority. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I have some names written down, guys. We got a lot of Terminators just joined the Thousand Suns force here. What did I say? 100 bits. 100 bits will get your name on a Marine. 500 bits you get a Terminator. And yeah, Patreon members, $5 up gets a Sergeant Mini. So. I don't know what else to do. I've been thinking about doing something like that for a while. It's fun to have my names on minis because then I can talk about you guys when I play games. So. I also have my militia army, and my militia army this year, I painted 10 tanks in a day, and you guys picked the names for all the tanks. The names are incredible. The names you guys picked for my tanks are just the most fabulous thing. Yeah. Yeah, Thousand Suns have bodyguard. They're called Sekhmet. They're the ones that become the Scarab Occult Terminators in 40k. But basically their whole lore is like they kind of give up bodily autonomy to be directly controlled by Magnus. So like Magnus basically is just like adding NPCs that he controls in the fight, and they pretty much act like robots in a way. They're really strong. Rip Drybrush have 10 tanks. Yeah. So it was 10 walker tanks. It was great. It was incredible. Yeah, I show off. Yeah. That's what I did. That's what I do with my my skeleton warriors. I'm like, look at my skeletons. Oh, by the way, look at all these names. Like people, people got their names on the minis. It was really cool. Like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anytime you roll a 6 to hit with your termies, it was me. Yeah, it was Phaedros. Yeah. Well, Phaedros, I will. I'll get you in there. Did you say tanks a lot? I did. I'm always saying tanks. Yeah. I have 11 of them painted. I painted one as a test, and then I have another one printed that I haven't messed with yet. So I'll get to that soon enough. They're quick to paint though. Threw me off that 40k. They're called Scarab Occult, but Ahriman had his own Scarab Occult, and they didn't. Yeah. Yeah, because the Scarab Occult is like, it's like its own thing. Yeah, I think after, thousands of years, the naming conventions kind of get jumbled, right? Leave it to the Thousand Suns to come up with some convoluted way of organizing their structure. I have to take a break from the Thalax. Yeah. Painted these 10? Yeah, okay, yeah, I did say tanks a lot, yeah. We covered this already. My Thousand Suns army is precious to me. So, I consider it a great honor if you guys become part of the Thousand Suns army. But no, it looks like my Terminators are just gonna get kitted out. Just doing some highlights on this bone color here. Does that make you Magnus? I think it might make me Magnus, yeah. I'd be cool with that. Not that I view myself that highly or anything, I'm actually Zinch. I'm the one that controls Magnus, so... If you guys do, if you just want to give $1, I'll let you choose. I have Despoilers, I have an Assault Squad. Despoilers are Tactical Marines with chainswords and bolt pistols. So they don't have the jump packs. That's what Despoiler is. I also have my Tactical Support Squad, who are all magnetized. And I have a Heavy Support Squad. So they're like Devastators, basically. Or I got the dudes like with like plasma guns and flamethrowers and things. So you can pick a Marine. You can be part of that, whatever squad you want there. I'll write it down. I'll get your name on them. I'll do that this afternoon. Turns out people that play Warhammer are the true Chaos Gods. Yeah. Man, what was the meme? I saw a meme. It was like a Magic player and Nurgle like shake hands, and then the Nurgle player, or Nurgle goes and like washes his hands afterwards. true Chaos Gods are the friends we made along the way. Yeah. A very Slaanesh thing to say. Dundersnuff, you're in the Patreon. What Sergeant Mini you want to be? You want to be a Terminator Sergeant? You want to be a different... You want to be like a tactical Sergeant? You want to be Sergeant Breadstick? You can be Sergeant Breadstick if you want. Guys take photos of... Yeah, that guy was from... he was from my area. That guy. He was... Yeah, he was banned for life, but they eventually allowed him to come back. I knew one of my coworkers was like a good friend of that guy's. Yeah, incredible. They put card tables. I mean, I have been to my share of Warhammer tournaments, and there isn't a lack of odor there either. But just thought the meme was funny. You want to be Sergeant Breadstick, Dundersnuff? I will put in Sergeant Breadstick, aka Dundersnuff. That's what I'll put in on the base. You're a true nurgling. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Legion of the Damned possibly leaked? Back to the internet, everybody. What is this? Where is this? Need to find my things. No, nothing there. Give me a link, Phaedros. None of my my people have anything on it yet. To the chan. No, guys, don't. Let Phaedros sacrifice himself for the good of everyone else. Don't subject yourself to that. To the internet. Seems I had to do this Slaanesh one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a interesting dilemma, how to make a Slaaneshi Thalax. Alright, Dundersnuff, you are going to be Sergeant Breadstick. Congratulations. Killicam, you want to be part of my Thousand Sons army? I have the perfect mini for you, Killicam. It's the dead Space Wolf on the bottom of my Saturnine Dreadnought. I'm just kidding. I would not do that to you. You wouldn't do it anyway. Yeah, you wouldn't do it anyway. I know. Oh, man. Yep. Killicam's too good for this world. See, the thing about Killicam, guys, he's most of the reason why I hate Space Wolves. Because I cannot beat this dude in Warhammer. I'll go to tournaments and I will we've been friends since what, like 5th grade or something. So he was the best man at my wedding. Like we're pretty close. But I will go to tournaments. I will go undefeated in so many tournaments, and I consider myself a pretty good player of these games. And then I'll play Killicam and he just crushes me every time. Every time. Alright, let's see. Let's see here. Ferrus Manus. Oh, a Ferrus Manus profile and then Damned Legionnaires. Now, Phaedros, I have to ask, where did you find this leak? Because it looks like, it's just in the general chat, guys, if you want to look at it in my Discord. I don't know. I could see that being fake. Having a 1+ leadership is really weird. That's kind of iffy. I don't know a 1+ leadership That kind of sounds like someone memeing. It looks a little sketch. I mean, this is leaks in a nutshell, though, right? Like, you got it from another Twitch streamer. They probably got it from 4chan. I don't know, or they made it up. 1+ leadership, I think, is the thing that makes me think that it's not real. Is Ferris Manus mini a body with a head or a head without a body? Yeah, it's just a floating. It's a head in a jar, like Futurama. Some green stuff plastic card to sculpt a snake tail. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Butterscorch. Yeah, too. Yeah. Just Richard Nixon's head in a jar. Immune to battle shocks possible. Yeah, but I don't think there is anything in the game with a 1+ or even a 2+ or 3+ leadership. If I'm not mistaken, guys, you can correct me here, but if I'm not mistaken, um, the highest leadership in the game right now is a 5+, or I guess the lowest, right? The best leadership in the game is just a 5+. Because you think about, like, well, they're mindless and they're dead, but what about like robots? Like literal robots. Do robots have leadership value? What's the value for the Thousand Suns mechs that they got this edition? What about Sanguinius? Yeah, yeah. If Ferris comes back, it means they can come back, right? I mean, Sanguinius kind of already is back with the Sanguinor being like the avatar of Sanguinius, so you can make the argument. You happy? I want to part. Yeah, yeah. Ferris Legion of the Damned mini, just a huge flame with a head. That'd be so lazy. Imagine how lazy that would be of a mini. Yeah, come on. Where's 40k experts? What's the highest leadership value, the best leadership value in the game right now? Yeah, everything can be retconned. I mean, everything already canon is by GW, you know? And, as far as an argument in favor of that being real, GW is going really hard on nostalgia, like this year. And that alone could be reason enough for to believe that Legion of the Damned are coming out. A body and no head, just flames where the head is. Oh, okay. I mean, that just lean into the meme even more, though, right? Yeah, the 1+ leadership is the thing that I don't think there's anything in the game with a 1+ leadership. Hmm. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Need that. Where's my other color I'm gonna grab? Here. All right. Hey, Killicam, you're still there. Did you guys have soccer games last night? Nothing is true. Everything's permitted. Yep. Your games were canceled. Okay, because we were wondering, based on the storm, how are they doing their rescheduling? Is it a different night of the week, or are they just canceling the games you're not doing them, or what are they doing? Do you know yet? I want to get a gauge on like how this works, because it seems like they already made a pretty set schedule for everything, at least for our our league. Like they have the start and end of the season. Okay, okay. Too bad if they just canceled and they didn't do them again. But I understand like doing other nights is difficult. I think the painting son and I are gonna come try to watch a game of your guys' next week. Be Tuesday, yeah, it'd be Monday or Wednesday. Yeah, yeah. It's my time to go. Wonderful evening, TPD. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, it was great to meet you too, Future Snow, and congrats and thank you for the bits. And I am looking forward to putting your name, or I guess Snow the Future, on A Thousand Suns. That's an appropriate Thousand Suns name too. So you got free tickets to listen to James Patterson talk about a book that isn't a murder mystery. Is that boring or not? I don't know. I've never read a James Patterson book, so. This little green screen there. Here for this guy. Potential leak, so it could be from testing. It can be from testing. It's also weird how the bottom one is cut off. Like how it's cut off is kind of strange. I don't know. I don't know if that's how they cut off. They're like text on the data sheets anymore, but Okay, got some different colors. I am not painting the bases on these guys, in case you're wondering. The gentleman that I paint these for paints the bases on his own, so. Some random scribbles. He's writing stuff on there. I mean, nothing too crazy, but got these minis done. Probably could put something red on this guy, but we'll save that for other things. We can move on. We'll move on to this vehicle here. What I need to do, have some black paint I have right here, and we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna have to bring my Terminators every battle now. It's a requirement from here on out. And cooking, I'll send photos. Yeah, yeah. Leadership can be affected by more than -1, which is why it's 1. Well, I imagine also a 1 always fails, or a double 1 always fails, because it's 2 dice, right? Still, I have not seen a unit with that high of leadership in the game, or anywhere close to that. So that's my reason for suspicion. It's that would be a new precedent being set. You know, it's the end of the edition. I mean, it's possible, but it's unusual. Where it almost seems like wish listing, especially putting them at leadership 1. His vision, yeah. I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, when you look at units like robots with literally no brain that still have to take battle shock, because my understanding with 10th edition is, yeah, yeah, Gilliman is a 5+ leadership. You have literal, like, brainless construct robots for the Necrons that are like 5 or 6+ leadership, like, because it's not always about just like, oh, I'm scared, I'm running away. It's like, it's an abstraction to show like the chaos of battle that tends to affect with things, and like how things work. Yeah, could very well have some rule that interacts with that. Yeah, 1+ leadership for 40k mini. Yeah, 11th is coming out next summer. Yeah. 40k is on a 3-year cycle, so every 3 years a new edition comes out. My biggest hope for Warhammer games is that the popularity of Horus Heresy and the Old World pushes that 3-year cycle back to like a 4 or 5-year cycle for everything. I think a 4 or 5-year cycle is great, and it gives I think it gives the designers an encouragement to improve the current edition more than just looking to the next one to fix all their mistakes. Put some more black down. More black paint. Dark Mech in the near future. Yeah, Dark Mech. I think Dark Mech for sure are coming for 30k. And I am pretty sure they're coming for 40k. It doesn't say double ones always fail, so they just auto pass all their battle shock all the time. Yeah, Surstroming Fish, I agree. They make tons of money on the 3-year cycle. So I'm not saying it would be good financially for Games Workshop. I'm just saying I hope they do, for the sake of everybody that is not a shareholder in Games Workshop. Yeah, there's no incentive to stop. Right. I think especially with the competitive nature of the big 2 games, that people follow the meta and they crave the change, and you know, like, we can complain when they change the standard board size from 4x6 to the 44x60, but you know who's not complaining? The companies that make the mats for those boards. And yeah, the tournament organizers that need more space, that now, you know, don't need quite as much to host as many people. Like, Yeah, that kind of stuff. Should finish up this vehicle tomorrow. Start painting Burry Agneson. I think the next Thousand Sun minis I paint are going to be turrets, tarantula turrets. Yeah, Phaedrus, I really appreciate you sharing that leak though. I love having stuff like that. I love like leaks and rumors. I am always about following that kind of stuff, whether it's whether it's real or not, and we have no idea if it is or not yet, but Varys being the next Loyalist Primarch to come out would be the lamest thing. Summon Avatar Vengeance to fight Dracnid. That resembled Ferris. Oh, okay. Is that why? So hold on. Do you think Ferris would give benefits to Iron Hands minis in the game? And if so, would that explain why the new Terminator transfer sheet does not have Iron Hands transfers on it? It has 5 of the 6 like Codex compliant basic legions, but it does not have Iron Hands. And would that be a reason for them to get their own? Or would he just straight up be his own thing? Well, no, yeah. Again, that would be the lamest Primarch they could bring back. Yeah, it might just be Legion of the Damned. And what would you play being an Iron Hand mini? You're like, hey, that's my Primarch. He just like runs past you, like doesn't even care, or slowly walks past you, or whatever Ferris does. As like the most worthless and useless tactics of any Primarch, and people are like, oh, he's so good at battle. He's the one that could defeat Horus. Okay. Making chicken burgers with garlic mayo. Nice, sounds good. You know, my wife could literally not eat one thing that you just mentioned. Just funny. Why is Ferris lame though? I mean, he was the first to die. Yeah, he has like, so when the first time you're introduced to Ferris Manus, in the Heresy series is in Fulgrim's book. And they introduce him like, oh, Ferrus Manus is a brilliant tactician and amazing warrior. And then they show up to the battle, and it's literally just Iron Hand soldiers walking forward through the fire and dying. And then they take the position eventually. I was like, there is nothing brilliant about what this guy's doing. And then, lo and behold, Howe gets to take charge of the battle at Istvan. And what does he do? He marches forward and dies. Like, that's his whole strategy. Like, hey, let's go right into the enemy's best defensive point and die. And like that's what they do. And that's what he does. And of course he does. Yeah, he's like Perturabo, but not as smart. He's like Rogel Dorn, but never successful. Yeah. It's just, he's like the worst of like 4 Primarchs all put into one. Yeah, but why do you put the guy who's blinded by rage and grief? And also, if he's such a brilliant commander, like, why? Why does he have to be like that, then? Yeah, somehow he managed to be less cool than Rogel Dorn. Which is an entire feat in itself. Yeah. Yeah, GWRIs are terrible, but they never gave Ferrus like any decent lore. And it's funny. Okay, I think that might be all the black on this mini. We can do some red panels on here too. Yeah, but were they turning the tide? I don't know. Whenever I hear about Ferrus Manus, it's always like, yeah, he almost did this. Frankie Fingers, this is the new Votann vehicle. It's the little frog. Look at it. It's got like little froggy eyes. And it's just like its little like padded feet. Yeah, they thought they were winning because they're all getting led into a trap. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, these Votann are a commission. Yep. I'm going to paint this thing. That's a lot of red paint. That's okay. I do not own any Votann of my own. You ever see me painting Votann? Most likely it's this color scheme for this person. Toyota Hilux. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Toyota Hilux. That's what it is. Yep. We were laughing. It's like a Hilux mixed with like a little frog mixed with like a Gillette electric razor. It is a pretty weird vehicle. To convert Ferrus, the elite Terminator bodyguard, was annihilated by normal Emperor's children. Yeah, they're just bad. Yep, a Subaru Baja. See, I'm not familiar with that. I'd have to look that one up. Yeah, we were assembling this thing. I was assembling. We were all just coming up with like, what does this thing actually look like? And I kept thinking it looks like a little frog. Like look at the little adorable face. It's like sticking its tongue out, But Gillette razor was one of the first things people were saying about it, and then the Toyota Hilux was the other one. It's an Outback with the bed of a truck. Okay, okay, yeah, all right, all right. I get that. I have a friend who plays Iron Hands and Heresy. I haven't played against him yet. But I would very much like to play against his Iron Hands. We had another guy that plays Iron Hands, and he was actually the worst opponent I've ever played in Heresy. Would not play the guy again. But what was fun about it was he brought Ferrus Manus, and I killed Ferrus Manus by shooting at him. It felt really good. I shot him with the thing that killed him was a Solar Auxilia Leman Russ tank with a Vanquisher cannon. So, felt good. Just a nice long distance snipe. It wasn't like an apocalypse battle. It was like a big battle. Okay, nice little red sides to it. Get a second coat of this red on here. Yeah, so he had went through. I think it was a transport to start. Transport got blown up by a Warhound Titan. He ran up. It took him 2 turns, but he killed the Warhound Titan in melee. And then he didn't have any like really good targets, so he started running toward my lines, like my end of the battlefield, and I just turned the Leman Russ to the side and just blasted him, and it was killed him with the Vanquisher cannon. Which Vanquisher cannons in second edition were very good at killing tough multi-wound minis. Like that was their like bread and butter. It's like dreadnoughts and I guess Primarchs. That was the only time I ever shot at a Primarch and I killed one. So Ferrus did have really good rules in second edition. He was really strong. Serpent. Yeah. Okay. Got some red on there. You know, I think I actually need this brown for these caps here. It's worse than looking at my phalanx and realizing there are feet stuck on backwards. Yeah, that's your little secret. No one else has to know. We've all been there. Well, I'm looking forward to finishing up putting together these Saturnine Terminators. I think they're looking good. Look at my shame all the time, yeah. Key to garlic mayo is lemon juice, yeah. Any kind of like aioli, right? Put a little bit of lemon juice in there. Yep. Painting wife is allergic to chicken, eggs, and garlic, so there are 3 of the things she's allergic to, so she could not, literally could not eat the food that you're eating for dinner. Doing shields on upside down is also the worst. Yep. Yep. Back on the Votann, that's right. Yep. Yeah, Wash will really do wonders on this. On a lot of this. We're talking about chicken sandwiches right before my lunch break? Yeah, I know. That sounds good, doesn't it? My bad, dude. My bad. Don't need you with silver pants. I need you with orange pants. That in a minute. An even coat on the little frog guy. We can start painting pants. Sure, it'll be fine. Well, if you guys want your name on a Thousand Suns miniature base, 100 bits or donating $1, or being a member in the Patreon, all of those, get your name on a mini. I have a notepad. I'm writing down names. I'll do it after stream. You just stabbed yourself with a hobby knife? Yeah, you don't want to do that. Not something I'd recommend doing. Take the fun out of everything, yeah. How dare you not let us stab ourselves with the hobby knives. Come back and do a second coat on that. Yeah. What's up, Zen? How you doing? What's happening? Just woke up from a nap. Alright, nice. I know, we've been waiting for you to show up for like 2.5 hours now.
Back and forth, layer after layer after layer.
Whoa, a blue, $10, man. Thank you. You said just put you on anything? Is that what you said? Oh, nothing's up. I'm just messing with you. Earlier, I was trying to get Crucial Blue to shout out his own stream, and he refused to do it, so I had to do it, and it was horrible. So, all right. Crucial Blue just got promoted to Centurion, being a Patreon member and donating money. So, yeah, it was terrible, dude. I had to remember the command. I couldn't remember if it was !SO or !shoutout. So Nightbot says no, I'm Alfarius. When someone says I'm Alfarius, it is possible, Night Trap. It is possible. They could also say no, this is Patrick, but isn't that a thing? Is that a thing? I'm not totally up to. It is a thing. Okay, okay. Some other bronze accents. I think I have some more black. I think these cables here. Little bungee cords, right? Yeah, it's a lot of empty space, isn't it? It's the frog jumper, dude. Look at it. Look at little frog. Can you fit? Yeah, I'm sure you can fit. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll try it. The normal Votann minis aren't on a 32 mil. I think they're on 28s. However, I do think you can fit a 32 mil here. Maybe? Oh, no, you can't. 32. Let's see. So the characters are on 32s. Do I have a 28 set and close? I have a 25mm square base. Hold on, let's see, does a skeleton fit in here? This skeleton barely fits. I don't think a 28 would fit all the way down there. Alright, Butterscorch, have a good dinner. Or lunch or meal. Yeah, no, that was a 25, and it just barely fit. Size probably have minis sit comfortably. Yep. Yeah, I know. Isn't that great? Now let me explain the superiority of the Dark Eldar minis for a second compared to these Votann minis. So the Raiders and Venoms. Alright, the Venom is the smaller transport that's more akin to this thing. The Raiders are their big, like kind of Rhino equivalent transport. The Venom actually does fit a mini in the back. So you can sit a mini in the back of the Venom on top of the person on the gun. Like there's space enough for it to sit someone in the back, and so you actually transport one of the people. But the actual kits come with little side riders that hang on to the side. The Raider comes with Cabalites that hang on to the side. I think there's 3 of them you can put on the side. The Venom comes with witches that go on the side, and then the actual rack plastic box set has the ability to make 2 of those racks into minis that hang on the side of the transport, which is kind of a waste, but still, you can do it. So those 3 sets of minis that hang on their transports are interchangeable between the Raider and the Venom. So if you want to model it to where the witches are hanging off the side of the Raider, you can do that. You just put them on the side of the Raider. Or if you want the Cabalites on the Venom, or the racks going, they all go on either one. So yeah, they're definitely not to scale, but it looks great and makes them take twice as long to paint. But it looks cool. And especially for the Raiders' new rules that change depending on who it's carrying, you might need something to show who's inside of the Raider. What's going on? Hey, Tavern Keeper. How are you doing? Just painting Votann, chatting about random things. Talking about the superiority of the Dark Eldar miniature line compared to everything else GW has. At least in 40k. While doing some touch-ups and random things on these minis here. So I'll need some bone. Some places I missed with the bone. I'm feeling I got something to do tonight. I don't know what it is. We're gonna go to a game store or something. No? Okay. You're gonna paint minis. That's what it is. Feels like a Wednesday. It's only Tuesday though. So I'd say it's Patreon hangout night, but it's only Tuesday. That'll be tomorrow. For anyone who's a paid member of the Patreon, you get to come hang out with us on Wednesday nights in our chat. You get back to working on my Votann? Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. These are a commission. I'm painting these for a commission, and they're okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Votann in general, so Not my favorite army to paint, but it's nice having this project, and I'm getting to mess with a bunch of new minis, so it's been alright. Almost exclusively TCGs. And some kits are expensive, everything, so I doubt they had GW stuff on discount. Okay, okay. That's too bad. It's not even trying to compete, are they? Been working on Sisters of Battle Commission. Oh, cool. Yeah. I did, I think I did 2 Sisters of Battle commissions. That was a couple years ago. But I remember not being interested in the minis at all until I saw them in person. And then I think in person those minis look so much better than they ever did in like any photograph. I was really impressed with the mini line. Okay, got some bone. I'll do this carefully. Spider-Man boosters, $15. Oh, jeez. How many did you buy? Tonight doing custom banner for Zephram squad. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. You didn't buy any. Okay, okay. Custom banner sounds cool though. I don't remember what the banner was like for that squad. It's been so long. Opening fever, it's not that bad. Gee, that's crazy. That's crazy expensive. Gonna be a no for me. Alright. Got a bunch of base colors on. I think we're probably good. Put a wash in this mini. Actually, one more thing. And I think we're gonna put a wash on either tonight in my own time, and then we'll just start highlighting tomorrow, or we'll do it first thing tomorrow. So feels scummy. It's because it is scummy. Cards off home. This will do a market value. That's good. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like people are just trying to like game the market, you know, like their store is just for doing that kind of stuff. Okay, got a base coat of skin there. I'll do one more coat of light bronze. The Gundam Assemble miniature game. I have seen a little bit about it. Zen would be the dude. I think he's followed a little more than I have. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's good for a wash. Then we just start filling in details on this little frog truck. I want to paint it green so bad. Can you buy Pokemon packs for like $3 a pack? They're still like $3 a pack. Alright, guys. Let's do this. Let's find somebody to raid. Go say hi to somebody. We'll go raid Jace to Face. How about that? Go say hi. Yeah, a little follower going. So, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out today. I will be on tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're going to continue with some Votann, doing more work on that. Do a Patreon hangout tonight if you're a Patreon member. Come join us in Discord. We just kind of chat and hobby on Wednesday nights. It's a great time. Super chill. We all got fun stories to tell, and it's always a great time. Thank you guys for the bits and donations. We'll be doing more. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah, did I say tomorrow? Did I say tonight or tomorrow? It's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay, I meant tomorrow. My bad, everybody. My bad. All right. Show up tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys want your name on Thousand Suns, let me know, and we'll figure it out. Just 100 bits, I'll put your name on a Tactical Marine or Despoiler or something. We'll get a basic dude. But you guys have a great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.